We're just days away from Toyota unveiling the all-new 5th generation 2023 Toyota Prius. And thanks to you guys and your support of the channel, Toyota is flying me out to Los Angeles to debut this vehicle here on this channel. In the meantime, Toyota has given us 2 more teasers, so in today's video, we're going to discuss these teasers, but also what I expect to see in the all-new Toyota Prius. So we're at the Toyota newsroom, save the date, live streaming the all-new Prius world premiere November 16th. But that's on Japan time, 13:30 Japan time, which translates 11:20 here Eastern time. That's going to be 8:20 on the Pacific coast. And of course, the day earlier, like I said, November 15th, where in Japan it'll be the 16th. That time travel always gets me. But the thumbnail for the upcoming video is actually a new image we haven't seen before. We've seen a digital outline, but now we have an official outline of the vehicle. You can see somewhat wide rear hips here, an additional line right underneath of that. The rear bumper comes out just a little bit. It's really hard to see the rear taillights here from this sort of side profile. You can, of course, see the detailed roof line from the front to the back. It's very, very streamlined. Of course, Toyota is making this vehicle as aerodynamic as possible, as they want this to be the most fuel efficient hybrid in the world. And then we have a side profile of those C headlights, but we also have another image. Here's the look of the front of the vehicle for the first time. A better look of these daytime running lights in the front they're definitely going to catch your eyes. Toyota logo in the front as well. Some aggressive hood lines as well in the front. And this vehicle looks lower and it looks wider than the outgoing Prius. So that should lend itself to handle a little bit better in theory than the outgoing Priuses as well, with a lower center of gravity, a wider stance. This is the render from Best Car Web that had the headlights down pat. We'll see about the rest of the vehicle. To be honest, it looks like the roofline is very similar to what they just showed, or the official teaser. We know that this vehicle will have large wheels, 19-inch wheels on the top grades, so that's pretty cool. We also have a render of the back. Best Car is expecting. Again, we really don't know for sure what the back is going to look like. This is probably the closest thing that we have. And they're guessing that the handle will be tucked into the C-pillar, kind of like the CHR as well. They're expecting a light bar to go across the rear in some shape or fashion. But that's really all we have to guess upon at this point in time. And I don't expect Toyota to give us any teasers until the full reveal. If they do, I'll probably make either a small video or a post on the channel. But these powertrains here are what's rumored coming out of Japan as of this week for the new Prius. An updated 1.8 liter. This is supposed to get around 65 miles per gallon based off my estimations after we translate 32 kilometers per liter from the WLTP cycle. We're only hearing front-wheel drive for the Prius, at least coming from Japan, but there's a possibility, just like this outgoing generation, the 4th generation Prius, that they could equip it with an e-axle in the back of some sort of little electric motor. They don't want to make it too big. Too big would be too heavy. And in fact, the new Corolla just got a new e-axle in the back that was, I think, 30 kilowatts, which is about 40 horsepower. So that makes sense to me for them to slot in the new Prius all-wheel drive. And it would be a missed opportunity if the new Corolla hybrid gets all-wheel drive and the Prius wouldn't. So I'm almost positive the Prius will get all-wheel drive. Will it at launch? I can't be certain of that. Carrying over the 1.8 liter, updating the hybrid system, the electronics, the battery, all new lithium-ion battery, over 134 horsepower is what I'm expecting here, just like we see on the new Corolla hybrid, the Noah, the Voxy. Now, this is the surprise system here. This 2-liter inline 4, this is essentially the same hybrid system that we see in the Corolla Cross hybrid that we don't have in the market yet. Not sure exactly how it drives, but I have driven a very similar system with this 2-liter M20A FXS setup in the Lexus UX 250H. It can be had in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, close to 200 horsepower, over 190 horsepower. 200 horse in a Prius? That sounds like an exotic dragster at this point. But the fuel economy will drop with this larger engine and bigger electric motors in theory. So going down from about 65 miles per gallon to 58. Now, part of that, it would be going from about 17-inch wheels from what we're hearing to 19-inch wheels. And that in itself is going to lend to a reduction in range and efficiency. Now, what about the new Prius Prime? I keep saying that I'm not really expecting it to actually to be announced at this event. I don't know for certain, and I wouldn't expect it to be available at launch because yeah, that's just the current state of Toyota's plug-in hybrids. They're almost impossible to get your hands on, at least here in North America for the masses. So anyways, they would be taking this 2-liter, made it to a larger battery pack. My guess would be somewhere around 12 kilowatt hours. I don't know if it will be front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Fingers crossed it'll be all-wheel drive, kind of like the RAV4 Prime, and they give it a lot more power. So not only are you getting 47 miles per gallon when you run out of electric juice, but you get 40 miles of electric range in theory. And then you're also getting somewhere around 250 horsepower combined between that 2-liter and the electric system. This is like in theory the perfect Prius, but if it comes in at 45K, I don't know. RAV4 Prime might be the better option on the SE model. So everything comes down to pricing. If I had a dream and a hope, this would come in around 25K. This one would come in around 30K, of course, starting, and then this would probably be about 35K. Just my guess on where the new Prius could land with pricing, but it could be bumped up a little bit. This could be 27, this could be 32, this could be 37, for example. The Corolla hybrid starts out around 22K to keep in mind. So maybe 25K might be a little bit too low for the Prius to start out with. Looking at the current Prius MSRP, 25K. So, with the trend of everything getting more expensive, it's likely that the Prius will get more expensive. But if we look at the Corolla hybrid for 2020, was it the 2023 model year, the new refresh updated hybrid system, it actually got cheaper year over year with the same grade and a slightly better technology. So there's a possibility we can hold out for the entry-level Prius to be around 25K. Interior, we have no idea. We have no teasers. Nothing from Japan has even mentioned a thing about the interior other than it will have an electronic parking brake. So what we're looking at is the interior of the Crown here with a nice light. I think this is the macadamia color. I hope we get a layout like this instead of the outgoing Prius. I'll just put on the image for you with that vertical tablet. It felt kind of gimmicky on the inside. I would like for them to take a more matured approach to the new Prius, a more upscale approach, especially if it's going to get more expensive in some ways. So I would like more traditional switchgear in the front for the climate, a more subdued and grown-up shifter as well. USB-Cs in the front would be excellent. A horizontal screen would be cool. Nice volume knob in the middle would be nice as well, like we see on the new Crown. Digital MID, I mean, they could probably put a 7 or 10, 12 inch. I'm not quite sure. I really don't care that much about the MID. A lot of people get bent out of shape saying, oh, the new Lexuses only have 7-inch MID, while some of the new Toyotas have a 12-inch. So it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm hoping for a really nice head-up display on this new Prius as well. I just need this screen in the middle with the new software. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Need that to be really, really good and functional in the new generation, which it will. Minimal functional interior. That's what I'm looking for the new Prius. That's something on the limited Prius it's just not the most functional, or even in the limited Venza. They get too cute with like the haptic feedback touch buttons. And I want real buttons here. And they did a great job here on the new Crown. So that's what I'm hoping and wishing for on the new Prius as well. Time will tell. We're just a few days away, guys, at this point of the Prius being revealed. Like I said, make sure you're subscribed. You hit the bell icon so when the embargo ends, I can share all the official news on the Prius to see how close this information is on this video, and also all the details on the new Prius. I won't have pricing. I don't know if I'll have miles per gallon either, but we'll at least have the weekend started, the weekend started. But I'll have full exterior and interior details for sure. I'll have powertrain details, probably minus the miles per gallon. And man, I can't wait. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for that Prius news. Like I told you, if you're excited, hit the like button. Rambling on at this point. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this over the weekend, take care of yourselves and peace out.